Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to Hypixel SkyBlock for another money-making tutorial. And today, I'm going to be showing off the top 8 ways to get money in this game. I'm going to be ranking these methods from worst to best, so you're going to get the 8th best method right here and now, and that is rose runs. Now, if you guys don't know, I am not a Dungeons player, so I don't do this, but according to my guild, this is a pretty good method to get money. So the way it works is you hop into a floor 6 dungeon. So you get your party together, you run a floor 6, you get no secrets, you basically just clear every room and then get to the boss fight in floor 6. You rush over to the golems, kill them immediately, and then get their roses, which would be used presumably to craft one of these, a flower of truth. And supposedly, if you do this really quickly and just do runs over and over and over again, only getting the roses from the golems, then you supposedly make 3 million coins an hour. Do I see this as a long-term strategy? No. I think Flower of Truth at some point is going to get overtaken by something else, but at the current moment in the meta, the Flower of Truth is a pretty good weapon, especially for berserkers. And yeah, so 3 million coins an hour, not bad for number 8. The next best way to make money is by doing a little strategy that I'd like to call the forwards backwards method while farming sugarcane. So this method makes about 3.5 million coins an hour. Obviously, you're going to want a blessed Turing sugarcane hoe, and if you want maximum efficiency, cultivating 10, I'm only at 7 so far, harvesting 6, turbo cane 5, get the counter to at least 10 mil, but most sweats can get it to 100 mil nowadays, and of course, recombobulated. And then as for the pet, of course you want money, so elephant pet, level 100 legendary, and then get yourself some rancher boots, and then you set the speed to a very specific number, that speed being 327. So once you have your rancher boots on with 327% speed, first of all, you got to build a farm that looks somewhat similar to this. There's water on each side, 2 blocks of dirt in the middle, 2 more blocks of dirt, water, 2 more blocks of dirt, water, with slabs, and I've actually updated my farm design here, so you might notice every other row is blocked off. So it's made in a snake-like pattern where it goes up and then back, up and then back. So on the other side, there's an opening in this spot, but then this spot is covered up. So it's in a pattern where you just go back and forth like this. And what you do for the forward backwards method is, in my case, I'm holding the A and S keys. So what you want to do is hold the 2 buttons and keep adjusting your mouse until you stop moving. So I've just about stopped moving. Now what that means is that I'm at a 45-degree angle. Now of course it's not perfect, so you will move a little bit. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And now you don't move your mouse and you left click, and then you press A in my case, and then as you can see, I am breaking all of the cane. Well, I'm gonna miss a couple inevitably, but for the most part I am getting all of the cane. All right, we're making it to the end, and then I switch to pressing S, and then as you can see, I'm breaking all of the cane behind me. So the benefit of this strategy is that it's really lazy. You can actually bind the left click to the space bar and not touch your mouse, having the perfect 45-degree angle, and just switch between, in my case, the A and S keys, or for some people, the S and D keys, depending on how you built your farm. You can literally sit here and do this for hours and still have access to your right hand, which is nice because then you could browse your phone, you can watch movies. You basically don't really need to do anything other than make sure that you're swapping between A and S and the space, and hold the space bar the whole time. We're gonna head up here to the top of my farms and show off the next thing, which is carrot. So although cane is a great crop, carrots at the current moment in the meta do make a lot more money, on average 4 to 5 million coins an hour. So with this, what I would suggest doing is actually lowering the speed to something like, I don't know, maybe 300%, and then you do this. So you hold, I have like rows set up where it's 4 dirt, water, 4 dirt, water. Even though it's not the most space efficient, like technically you only need a water once every 8 blocks in like a grid pattern, having lines like this makes it way faster to harvest. And when you have a massive island like mine, or multiple layers, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if you're wasting space, because by the time you make it to the end, the beginning is fully grown again. But anyways, This is my method. It's probably not the best. I've tried going diagonally like this, similar to the sugarcane, but it turns out it's faster just to do this. You're gonna miss a lot of carrots leaning on the wall and just breaking. You might notice I'm breaking right here where the hitbox ends. So I do get some of the ones in the back and all the ones in the front. And supposedly this makes 4 to 5 million coins an hour, if I didn't say that already. 4 to 5 million coins an hour if sold to the bazaar. So with the cane, you want to sell it to the NPC. With this, you want to sell it to bazaar. And I think the reason is most likely due to carrot candy. Oh, by the way, if you can click that subscribe button, that would be incredible. My channel, these videos, everything depends on you right here, right now, pressing that button. Without the subscribe button, I don't know if people would get notified of my videos. So yeah, go and do that. If you want to see some more Hypixel SkyBlock tutorials and Let's Play content, then this is the channel for you. And if you've been here for a while, make sure that you are subbed, because sometimes people watch like 10, 20, 30 videos and it turns out they're not even subscribed. So make sure you seal the deal and press the button. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so this next money-making method is actually really complicated, and I frankly am not qualified to tell you guys how it works. So I'm just gonna say it now. It's ink fishing, which at this current moment makes 4 to 5 million an hour, but it is very sweaty, and most likely the price of ink is going to drop a little bit, so it might fall below farming carrots. I don't think it's going to fall below sugarcane in terms of how much you make per hour. If you want to max out your setup for fishing, obviously what I have is not enough. So what you actually want is 3/4 submerged shark scale armor recommed with Legion 5, which is not at all what I have, and renowned Legion 5 squid hat, as well as a treacherous rod of the sea with expertise 10 recombobulated. Again, I'm not into fishing. I just kind of have enough to do it, but not max it out. You're also going to want to max out flying fish, squid, and epic dolphin pet, apparently. You also want your talismans enriched to sea creature chance. You want to consume the century cake for sea creature chance and have your beacon on sea creature chance, which gets you like up into the 90-something% range, which is insane. But anyways, you got a triple pet swap in this area with rain active. You get a lot of squids. Now, I'm gonna link a full tutorial on how to do this in the description. It's funny because the guy who made the tutorial really doesn't like me. He's in my guild, but I'm just going to be honest with you, chat. He knows a lot more about fishing than I do, so I'm just gonna leave it to him, despite the fact that he doesn't like me. Anyways, moving on. Okay, back to something I actually know, and that's wart farming. So it turns out farming netherwort still does make a pretty good amount of money. There is a caveat here. Obviously, on top of the normal farming equipment where you need to get a special hoe for it, which I didn't mention, by the way, with the carrots, but yes, carrot has its own hoe that you want to max out, as well as a level 100 legendary elephant pet. The problem is, right, not only do you need this, a maxed out netherwort hoe, not only do you need the elephant pet, but you're also going to want farming 60. The problem with wart is that it does not give you farming XP. So basically, you don't get better at farming by farming. And on top of that, it's got a really weird way of farming. So first of all, you want to farm while flying. So to build this farm, you want 4 soul sand, and then you just keep going, a big row of 4 of them, and then you have a space, and then 4 more, then a space. The thing I like about wart, though, is you can stack them on top of each other like this, but it is quite annoying because you have to fly to farm the wart. Now, there is a way to make this more efficient, and that's by playing in either a modern version or by using something called Patcher to basically fix the hitboxes. I'm playing at 1.8 right now, and the hitboxes are quite short. And it's actually the same no matter if the netherwort is fully grown or if it's a little stub like that. But if you were to have Patcher, or if you were to have a modern version installed, then there's a bigger hitbox, which means you can hit the netherwort from higher, and then it will get out of your way, allowing you to hit the one behind it, and then the one behind that, and then there you go. If you have farming 60, and if you've maxed out the farming area, if I go back to the spawn here, if you max out the Anita shop, which I have not done. Oh, there we go. I currently have a plus 22% extra farming drops buff active. It's very, very expensive, but if you were to max everything out, you could theoretically make about 5-6 million coins an hour, and it is quite lazy, which could be appealing because, you know, making 6 million coins an hour passively is quite nice, but it's gonna take you over 100 million coins to prepare. Then again, if you were to farm to farming 60, you would make that 100 million coins, like if you were doing, for example, cane. But it's a lot of time and effort to invest in a money-making method, but these are the best, not the most convenient, so there you go. Okay, this next one is in the dwarven mines. So obviously, if you're going to be doing mining, you want a really good pick and armor. I have the armor, and that's Sorrow, and unfortunately there's no reforges or anything else that gives you mining speed, but I do have a fleet refined titanium pickaxe. This is not the best you can do. I used to own the best mining tool in the game, and that was a fleet titanium drill DRX 555, which you get by well, crafting it in the forge here. The thing about that, though, is it is very expensive. And of course, you can reforge it so that fleet gives you more speed. You can also give it a drill engine upgrade, but nobody does that because it's ridiculously expensive. It would be worth adding a fuel tank to it, in my opinion, and I would suggest not adding a goblin omelet because it resets the item meta every 30 seconds, which will cancel your block break, which is really annoying. You don't even want to really bother with commissions with high level mining, so this is probably the most difficult money making method to set up for. And the reason for that is if you go to Heart of the Mountain, you basically want to have this orientation of perks, except you want your efficient miner at 100. This is going to take several months of non-stop grinding to get efficient miner 100. But if you were to theoretically do that, there are some people, including the guy I said earlier that doesn't like me, has done this. If you were to get efficient miner 100 and then of course level up the rest of your perks adequately, I'd say at least like mining speed 30. Mining fortune's really important for money, so I'd get that up too. If you were to theoretically max out all of these perks, you would make probably 6 to 7 million coins an hour in just mithril and titanium. If you were just to do this, it would be extremely time consuming getting all of those perks together. But yeah, you could make quite a bit of money doing this. And right now I'm mining the gray blocks, but as you get to the higher levels of efficient miner and speed, you can actually focus on the blue blocks. Now I would say until you get your efficient miner and mining speed really high, it would make a lot of sense to go for the gray blocks. But like I said, once you get towards the peak, you're gonna want to break these, and you're gonna want it to not be so slow. But yeah, you get the most mithril from these blocks. You get a good amount of mithril powder as well, which will just upgrade your stuff even more. But it's gonna be difficult. I honestly would not recommend this money making method just because it will take months of your life to set up for, just to get 6 to 7 million coins an hour, which is going to eventually decrease, I would imagine, because as time goes on, more and more people are going to be mining, which brings the value of these items down. So I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. It's worth it up until where I got, which is mining 60. These are the perks I ended up with in mining 60. I made a good amount of money while leveling basically every single mining minion or mining pet in the game to level 100 legendary. So that was a great way to progress, but I don't know as a long-term money-making method the viability of this one. Oh, and I also should add, you get so much mining XP from this process that if you were to take any pet, for example a lion, even though it's a foraging pet, you can give it a mining XP boost and you can level it fairly fast by mining. That's what I did with my black cat. It's currently level 96, so yeah, it's a good way to level pets if you want to make money by selling leveled up pets. But we'll get into that later. There's actually a better way to do that. So the number 2 money-making method on this list is another dungeons one, and it's floor 7 frag runs. So basically what a frag run is you rush the blood room and kill the giants on floor 7 for Diamante's handle, and then you leave and void the run. So no secrets, no room clearing really, beyond just the absolute necessity picking up the keys for the doors. And if you do it really, really efficiently, you can get 6 to 7 million coins per hour. And I've heard that absolute sweat parties could do it. They can get 8 to 10 million coins an hour. Now, Obviously, this is a dungeons money making method, which means it's not going to be consistent. Diamante's handle is basically the biggest profit you can get. Bigfoot's lasso is worth nothing. The laser eyes are worth only 200,000 coins. Only Diamante's handle at this point is profitable. So I don't know if I'd recommend this money making method, because there's better ways, and you know, all these other methods give you some form of XP alongside it. With this, you're really getting just a little bit of combat XP, and that's it. So I don't know. It could make good money if you're really efficient, but I would more so recommend this last one. The number one money making method on my list is sorrow farming. So why is sorrow farming the best money making method right now in Hypixel SkyBlock? First of all, in raw numbers, it is not quite as good as floor 7 frag runs right now, but I predict as time goes on, frag runs are going to become less and less profitable. There's going to be no reason to really do the run other than raw coins by selling Diamante's handles in the auction house. Whereas with sorrows, you get combat XP, you can level combat pets, you get bags of coins, which literally sell for 1 million at NPCs. You can get sorrows, which sell for 1 to 200,000 coins each, and can craft the best armor in the game for mining. And if you're set up efficiently for it, you can get a ton of coins from scavenger as well. There's an extra little bonus thing here for you. This is extremely efficient at leveling pets. Just like mining, you can actually level up any pet in the game with a combat XP boost and while killing sorrows. So, for example, I have a lion pet equipped right now, and I'm doing 600,000 to 800,000 damage a hit, depending on how many of these things are near me, and I'm killing them in 2 to 3 hits, typically 2 hits actually. But yeah, I can get so many kills in such a short amount of time, a ton of coins from all of the methods I just said right there. So if you look here, I have a warden helmet with 3/4 Necron armor, all recombobulated with Prot 6 Growth 6 except for the helmet. And it's on ancient, as well as a withered soul whip Swarm 5. I would like to think I'm pretty much maxed. The thing with this method is that you absolutely need to invest a ton of money. Just the helmet alone is 170 mil, accounting for all the upgrades I've added to it. And the soul whip was 20 mil. It's very expensive, but you can make 7 to 8 million coins an hour leveling. For example, if you had the money to invest, you could buy a level 1 legendary griffin pet and level it all the way to 100. You can do the same thing with a dragon pet. I'm going to use it to get my lion to level 100 because it's a foraging pet, and I'm never going to forage to get XP. But yeah, leveling combat pets in general will make you a ton of money with this method. I wouldn't even recommend using Mithril Golem. Like, technically, right? Mithril Golem will get you a ton of damage. I mean, look at this, over 1 million damage a hit. But most of the money you would make from this method would be by leveling a pet. And honestly, leveling a Mithril Golem is not going to make you that much money, because there's a ton of people already leveling it by mining. But it is, I guess, a cool flex to do over 1 million damage a hit to sorrows. But anyways, chat, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Those were the top 8 money-making methods in this game. As of recording, obviously, the things are going to change in the coming months. I would like to think that this method in particular is pretty sturdy. It's not going to really change that much because, like I said, a majority of the coins are from either drops, which can only change if they're nerfed, and from scavenger, which again can only really change if it's nerfed. And everyone's always going to want to level their combat pets, so yeah. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. It would help me out a ton, and I promise you there are going to be more. Oh, this guy's right here. You should subscribe for more Hypixel SkyBlock content. Well, anyways, I guess that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.